Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
Your wife. You may rest easy, monsieur. Your wife escaped the massacre. She returned home and left you this letter.
Mon Dieu. She's going to meet our daughter and son-in-law at our charity hospital.
She may already be there.
Madame, I did not dare to dream of such an outcome. My wife and daughter. The three of us will be able to leave the kingdom and put...
What about the bonds?
Oh, the bonds. Do with them as you see fit. As for me, I'm going to thank you. From the bottom. Adieu, madame.
Minister Necker has given his bonds to me.
That's quite a nice little sum. Can you imagine?
That's wealth that the king squanders for his personal benefit.
Ma foi. Monsieur Necker certainly...
Generous? I have so high, in fact, that it would have dug the deficit...
Eh bien, messieurs. To what use shall we employ this boonful fortune?
If I could spend it, I'd do everything I could to return to the people their confiscated freedom. It is only after the scourge of famine has been...
And where will you find wheat, Robespierre? As for arming the people, this is another... How could your ragged pack of wretches win any sort of battle that...
When you insult the people, you insult me.
I am not insulting anyone, Robespierre. Monsieur, I and everyone here, if you allow me to dispose of these bonds, I will found an army that will annihilate the clockwork. As soon as I have the opportunity to leave Paris, I will rally the office. Then I will call for a mass uprising.
And you will have obedient troops at your beck and call.
These troops will only serve the will of the...
Are you sure that the king has spared the rest of the kingdom, Monsieur le Marquis? Aegis, no member of this assembly can To whom will you entrust?
Maximilien de Robespierre.
Very well, madame. I promise that I will use it for one purpose only. When a monarch violates the people's most fundamental... But we must be wary of warmongers.
Bon sang. Am I the only one who is weary of hearing...
For they wish only to silence...
Congratulations, Aegis. You've chosen a speechifier as commander-in-chief. I am sure the king will be delighted to hear this. He need not fear for his...
Monsieur de Mirabeau. I found a broken cane. It says Francisco. Do you know who it belongs?
Well, yes. And I'm willing to bet you're looking...
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east. Because this cane bit France and Mesmer, the prince of charlatans.
Good heavens. It's been a long...
5 years, to be exact, since your learned commission denied...
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Can you tell me more about...
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class.
You mentioned a committee.
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity within the court. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy of Sciences.
An institution to which Monsieur Bailly and I have... We were asked to investigate his alleged powers.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism. A conclusion that destroyed his successful career.
But there was something, Sylvain. A tiny flow of energy that my devices were able to measure.
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that we were never able to reproduce your observations? It was obviously a momentary failure of your equipment.
Perhaps. I'd like to be sure of it.
When and how did...
The denunciation of his techniques was the start. He was abandoned by his clients and resumed it. I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science.
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what experiments they may have carried. In any case, their collaboration did not last. Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return.
Why did he leave?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he...
This is true. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned, and it seems that Cagliostro has...
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that broken cane must have passed into...
Yes, it's like...
This adventurer from who knows where is quite the mysterious character. And he has been... I've been able to observe him from my apartments, making frequent visits to Rue Saint... I wonder what he was doing.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory. He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal...
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than the... Unfortunately, despite all his attempts...
What happened during Monsieur Mesmer?
Oh, there were Imagine well-born ladies afflicted, a dimly lit room where incense has been burned, amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess, and the great Mesmer. Oh, you should have seen them. Du théâtre, ma chère. Pure...
Monsieur de Mirabeau. Alas, the bishop's stubborn...
Damn it. Let me think. And they may even have already some. However, my sister lives in... Unless a messenger rode 100 horses to death, then there is my poor...
If you ask me, I will...
Yes, it's very kind of you to...
Your own mother.
Indeed.
I can be discreet.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of Cook... No matter what I tried, nothing... It is said that she is now living on charity. If perchance your past takes you to this dreadful...
Monsieur Bailly. I found this box with... I believe it belongs...
Athénaïs' secret. I built it with my own hands.
I wasn't able...
Naturellement. Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Athénaïs' birth. Voila, like this.
What's this locket?
Athénaïs is always wearing this. It contains... She said it was her most cherished possession in all the world. To think, the poor child never knew her own mother.
You monster! What did you do to her?
Ludia, what happened? I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her.
Mon Dieu.
He bound her spirit.
Please, Athénaïs. It is her spirit that animates you, is it not?
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, que la bo... It is vital that you go and find Athénaïs.
She is right in front of you.
Alas, you know nothing of Athénaïs, Ludia. Nothing of her past. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's.
Where can I find Athénaïs?
God only knows. Although this is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
Why was Eugène de Vaucanson...
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to use his talents to create this. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before... Here.
Can I help you, Aegis?
What is the significance of these objects steeped in memories?
Nemes. I have reread every work that I have on them. Pages. These echoes go back to the beginning of time, to that fateful day in ancient Greece when some dark You see, Aegis, there is nothing more diabolical, nothing more unnatural than this sorcery. The soul is the earliest when a soul is fresh and takes shelter in... It's as if these memories would...
I found the...
Indeed. Oh, Bodyguard. This handwriting, it's in Nick. Give me some time to study.
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
Yes, Aegis. And what I learned from it puzzled. 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between. Tormented spirits.
This world. It's where...
En effet, I believe you're right. He wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting. What if his body died while his soul was traveling through Aegis? Because of your unique nature.
What do you mean?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vessel, then it can be separated from it. And if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory. Where
Hold on. Are you...
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the philosopher.
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory.
Certainly. According to this journal, or that of the pilgrim, if Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed, you'll need to go to the house where he drew his dying breath.
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency. You can get there via the cemetery of the...
And how do you plan to free my spirit?
We would simply need to break the bond between them. For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose you, Master. As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics, chemistry, or elect. Therein lies the problem. But it is fascinating. Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur...
Goodbye, mon père. Monsieur Bailly, do you think there is any way to interrupt? I would like to briefly sever the bond.
It is a...
According to the abbot, my spirit...
Oh, that dreadful place.
I hope to find answers.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle, nor do we know how your machinery works. That is why it is impossible for us to make even this... Of course, if we had documents that could...
Antoine, the blueprints, Ludia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key... The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical...
Vaucanson, you're right. Where are the...
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the... But earlier, when I went there to collect my most important I found looters making off with its...
Blasted scavengers. They're kind...
I chased them to the quays, but was unable... When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided...
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the marauders don't stand much of a chance.
I'll try to track them down. The field with the dead tree. Don't move!
Ah, that cursed dancer! May you be devoured by rust!
through my fingers. Fortunately, he was unable to take his things with him. The sleepless slaves. They meant the automats. Feeding off the blood of innocent people. Monsieur Raymond was completely mistaken. I must inform him.
Shut up, everyone! Someone's coming! Oh no, no! Another one of those people!
Bon Dieu de bon Dieu, boss. It hurts. It hurts.
Steel yourself, Claude. Just be thankful you got outside.
I'm still in pretty bad shape.
Et pourquoi? Don't you think it was worth it? This tunnel is a gold mine. With what we've managed to gather, we'll be set for the long.
Looters from the observatory. Poor souls. I didn't stand a chance. Blueprints. Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted. Monsieur Raymond.
Go on, Aegis.
I went to the hotel. What I discovered goes beyond. The club's members have no intention of merely depriving their sleep. Rather, with the king's support, they plan.
Ma foi. But such a plan, but...
You are mistaken, mon père. If the plant only this time, they intend...
Quelle abomination!
Par tous les saints.
They were to be sacrificed as part of an experiment. Luckily, I was able to...
Where are they now?
In a place they call the Dépôt des Noirs. It bears the inscription.
The Devil's Tower is a prison in Vaucanson, within the
That's 3 leagues from here. We'll only be able to free...
At least they were spared the fate that the king and his accomplice...
And what will you do with the 2 servants you
I will continue to treat them...
However, under the laws you insist, they will become slaves again the moment they leave.
Certainly not, Monsieur de Robespierre. The planters of Massiac have been proven to be nothing but avaricious. I thought I was dealing with opposition, from whom it would be vague from this day on. I will fight against their interest and will not lay down my arms until the...
Rest assured, then, that the people will fight by your side.
That's the spirit, my friends.
Monsieur Bailly. Here are the blueprints.
Good heavens.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from...
Oh, the poor souls.
Certainly, sir. Let us look at these
No, Antoine, the F-wheel is not part of the cog that transfers the driving force to the escapement.
Diable, you're right. It's driven by the B-wheel, and it's...
Precisely. In fact...
True. It's decided then. All we would have to do is separate these 2...
And to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine again.
You will not be able to assist me.
You must be joking.
By no means. You'll have to find another...
Unfortunately, madame, you're asking...
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be impossible for you to start the machine up again.
Hold on, my dear Antoine. Is this device in figure 4?
Yep.
Oh, so... It's a time...
The dial has marks from 1 to 50.
It was to allow Eugène to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg...
Nous y sommes, mon ami.
Will Aegis be able to operate this device?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt... Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. We won't have any trouble. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat will... However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Are you sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi... what do you say, mon père?
Don't be afraid, Aegis. Your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in this world.
Well then.
Let's begin. My fate is in your hands.
Voila. Everything is in place. When it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15... We wish you good luck.
Remember, to get to Rue de Montmorency, you're best going through. Here is the key to the gate. Our prayers are with you.